Diwali. As you light the diyas and lamps in your houses, those celebrating Diwali are reminded to light the lamps of wisdom, goodness, and God consciousness in themselves. It is through this that they can attain the light of lights, God. Namaste, Sitaram, and welcome to Divali Manainge, the way we celebrate Diwali, a special program on CMC3 covering your world. I am Diana Gopaul. We'll be taking a journey through the many aspects of Diwali brought to us by our forefathers, religion, culture, and tradition, which continues to play an integral part in our lives today. What is Diwali? The meaning of Diwali is the light inside, the state of one's mind, and how the body responds and reflects to what's in the mind and in the heart. With this explanation, here's Pandit Jivan Maharaj.
Diwali has come to mean that divine light, that Savitur Varenyam, that light beyond lights. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, the sun, the moon, the stars, the fires, they get light from me, they cannot bring light to me. That is the divine light of God. Diwali comes from Deepavali, rose of light. That's what all of us have to become in this world, lighting diyas. It's not just about an earthen diya with the ghee and the batti. The earthen diya, pyare, beloved, this is earthen body. And the ghee is our devotion to God. How do you get the ghee? You have to churn the milk, remember? And then you get ghee from it, you have to churn your mind, the buddhi, the intellect, to get that pure thoughts. And the more ghee you have, the longer the diya lights. That is Diwali, Deepavali. And one diya will light a million other diyas without its own light being affected. So, it is said some people curse the darkness and other people hold up a diya and help other diyas to become lit. Wordlessly, soundlessly. I didn't criticize anybody, I didn't condemn anybody, I held up my light and I helped that diya to be lit. That is Deepavali. That is the Brahma Gyan. When Krishna Bhagavan was asked by Arjuna, and he said, I want to see God, I want to experience that divine light. Bhagavan says, there it is. See it, it's everywhere. Pashyame partha rupani shata shota sahasrasha nana vidhani divyani nana varnakriti nacha. But Arjuna is watching, I can't see, I am seeing only with these two eyes, people, plants, world. Bhagavan said, Natumam shakyase drashtum manainge swachakshusha divyam dadamite chakshu yogame parameshwaram. No, pyare, with these two eyes, we see material things. If a child falls, boop, and you say, oh, the child fell, you're seeing with these eyes. But if you move to compassion, to lift the child and help, now you're seeing with this one. That is why Lakshmi Mata has the dot here. That is why for Lakshmi Mata Puja, we put a tika here. The eye of compassion, the eye of God realization, the eye of love. When you have that light, now Arjuna was able to see Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yugpada Utita Yadi Bhas Yadrasisya Syadabhastastasya Mahatmana. He saw that divine, boundless light, like thousands of light, cool and shining and exploding. And he bowed to that divine light of God, that light of truth, that light of love, that light which inundates the entire world and pulsating everywhere. We pray Diwali. And always, may that light pulsate within us too. That's the Diwali, when we can reach Brahma Gyan. What's the use? After Diwali, the world goes back into darkness. That is the real meaning, pyare. Every katha, every story is about that. Even the one about Narakasur and Krishna Bhagavan, together with Devi Satyabhama, destroying that demon. Do you know what weapon she went with that day? A broom. Isn't that symbolic enough? Sweep up, clean up your act. Narakasur, His name, Narak, means H-E-L-L. You know what is H-E-L-L? I don't like to T-E-L-L. People know feel W-E-L-L. So I S-P-E-L-L. Narak means how the world has become today, babe. So God goes to clean up, to show you Diwali is not just for Diwali, you clean up your yard, you clean up the house, change curtains. This is the house you have to clean up. This is the cobweb of the mind you have to clean out. You have to light, remember 5 diyas we light first for Diwali? These are diyas to light, may the senses be purified, the doorways to the mind, the ears to hear prayers, the mouth to pray without doubt, the eyes to realize, all the senses. May that light bless my senses, but it has to come from here first. So sometimes for Diwali, you see people with a pot which has holes in it and a diya lighting inside, and see light coming through. That's like you with a diya within you, and everything you speak is joyful and cheerful and prayerful. From your ears, it's just the light of God coming out. That is Diwali, Pyari, when we can become a light to this world, always a blessing and never a burden. Mahalakshmi Mata ki Jai.
When the Devas and the Asuras were churning the ocean of milk to obtain the nectar of immortality, Lakshmi sprang forth in full form from the ocean on a pink lotus. What can we understand from this story? I believe it indicates that, like most goddess figures, she represents the divine energy manifested in the world. She is the divinity that was hidden in the ocean, but from the churning was made evident. The lotus she is on also has that symbolism. It rises from the mud and the water to bloom in all its purity and splendor. The divine energy is here, immanent in the world, but we must work to realize this, to be able to see it. As we pray to Mother Lakshmi for her support in the world, we must remember to be thankful to her for the many blessings she has already bestowed upon us. Fasting is a sacrifice. But what are we sacrificing? Or why are we making these sacrifices? Pandit Gyandev Prasad explains.
The only thing of fasting is controlling 5 senses, eating as little as possible, using the 5 senses you have, eye, sight, seeing, hearing, touching, everything, the mind, and focus on God. You can't be fasting and watching TV. That's not fasting, that is starving. You can't be fasting and going and playing cricket. That's not fasting, your mind is on a game. Your mind has to be on God. Now we're saying that if you can't do the whole thing, at least start somewhere. Start somewhere and build, but understand what it's all about. If you know the ideal, you know how to get there. If you don't know the ideal, anything will work. And that's what's happening in society today. People say fasting, so they eat for 2-3 hours and they're gone. People say fasting, they eat normal food without salt. That is having, that just lower your blood pressure maybe, but it has no other spiritual benefit. So fasting, according to the scriptural point of view, is controlling your 5 senses. Hunger and thirst is one of the sense. Taste, that is one. There are 4 senses you have to control, and then you can really say you're fasted. If you're not eating or not controlling taste alone, then you're on part of fasting. You have started. You have progressed further. So what you see, what you hear, what you touch, everything. This is what fasting is about. So at Diwali, people should be fasting in the right way. But I say if you can't do the entire thing, at least start somewhere and move forward. But either you must know where you're moving to.
Hindus in Trinidad and Tobago begin preparing for Diwali weeks in advance. Preparation involves cleaning and redecorating their homes to mark this auspicious occasion. They also maintain a period of abstinence or fasting. The day of Diwali is marked with a host of activities in the homes where various dishes and sweets are prepared and puja or prayer is performed. Most Hindus would start their day by offering jal. Jal is the offering of water and flowers in a brass vessel called a lota, and that's done early in the morning. Family members participate in the evening worship at 6 o'clock to Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity. They then light their homes with several dozens of diyas and distribute prasad and other delicacies to their families, friends, and the community. This sacred festival is known to bring about positive feelings in the community marked by unity, cleanliness, harmony, and festivity. It's time to make prasad. Here's what you need: ½ pound of ghee, 1 pound or 4 cups of flour or cream of wheat, 1 tin of evaporated milk, 1 pound of granulated sugar, 2 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of cardamom seeds, and add raisins and almonds if you like. Here's what you do. Melt the ghee in a large heavy pot and add flour or cream of wheat. Cook on a low heat until flour gets very loose and light brown. After that, remove from the heat. Make syrup by bringing sugar and water to a boil. Combine evaporated milk to the syrup. Add the syrup to the flour mixture, stirring briskly until light brown and fluffy. Add cardamom seeds and raisins and continue to cook for approximately 30 seconds. Then remove from the pot into a clean container to cool. And that's it. That's the way to make prasad.
मैं तो आरती उतारूं रे, सत
Navratri is a special period set aside for worshipping and reflecting upon the glory of the Divine Mother. Mother Durga, the goddess of valor, Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, and Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. During Navratri, which literally means 9 nights, 9 Devis or goddesses are generally worshipped for various reasons. Here now are the 9 Devis. Durga Devi is worshipped in different forms. She is a form of Shakti, the evolution of Sri Mahasaraswati, Sri Mahalakshmi, and Sri Mahakali, the 3 main forms of Shakti from Sri Brahma, Sri Vishnu, and Sri Mahesh respectively. Each of these 3 deities gave rise to 3 more forms, and hence in all, these 9 forms together are known as Navadurga. Shailaputri. Shail means mountains. Her 2 hands display a trident and a lotus. She is mounted upon a bull. Brahmacharini. One hand holds a kumbha or water pot and the other a rosary. She personifies love and loyalty. Brahmacharini is storehouse of knowledge and wisdom. Rudraksh, her most adorned ornament. Chandraghanta. She displays a golden hue to her skin, possesses 10 hands and 3 eyes. 8 of her hands display weapons, while the remaining 2 are respectively in the mudras of gestures of boons, giving and stopping harm. Chandra and Ghanta meaning supreme bliss and knowledge, showering peace and sincerity like cool breeze in a moonlit night. Kushmanda possessed of 8 arms, holding weapons and a mala or rosary. Her mount is a tiger and she emanates a solar-like aura. Skandamata. Using a lion as her vessel, she holds her son, Skanda, in her lap, while displaying 3 eyes and 4 hands. 2 hands hold lotuses, while the other 2 hands respectively display defending and granting gestures. It's said, by the mercy of Skandamata, even the idiot comes an ocean of knowledge. Katyayani. As mother, Katyayani stays in the ashram of sage Katyayan for penance. Hence, she named as Katyayani. This 6th Shakti is also astride a lion with 3 eyes and 4 arms. One left hand holds a weapon and the other a lotus. The other 2 hands respectively display defending and granting gestures. Her complexion is golden colored. Kalaratri. Black skin with bountiful hair and 4 hands, 2 clutching a cleaver and a torch, while the remaining 2 are in the mudras of giving and protecting. Her Vahana is a faithful donkey, the destroyer of darkness and ignorance. Kalaratri is the 7th form of Navadurga, meaning the scorer of darkness, enemy of darkness. Mahagauri. 4 arms with the fairest complexion of all the Durga Shaktis. Peace and compassion radiate from her being, and she is often dressed in a white or green sari. She holds a drum and a trident, as is often depicted riding a bull. Siddhiratri. She sits upon a lotus, most commonly with 4 arms, and is the possessor of 26 different wishes to grant her bhaks. A Diwali puja consists of prayers, offerings and sacrifices. The day of Diwali is important since it signifies the worship and prayers of devotees to the various deities, but most importantly, it is the day of praise to Goddess Lakshmi and by extension, the Divine Mother of the entire universe and the earthly physical mother. Most Hindus perform the Diwali Puja in a fixed ritualistic pattern by celebrating in prayers and offerings to Lord Ganesh, Lord Shiva, the 9 planets, a Kalsa representing the universe, and Mother Lakshmi. During the Diwali Puja, offerings are made to the fire Agni Devta, which is viewed as the mouth of the divine. It is the actual feeding of the god. During Diwali Puja, 16 prescribed steps occur, symbolic to the 16 ceremonies to be completed in the lifespan of a Hindu, including the welcoming of the deity, giving the deity a place to sit, the washing of the feet, decorating the deity, and the offering of the food items, clothes, or money to seek blessings. Fresh, sweet-scented flowers along with specific herbs and plants are used, as well as jal or pag, a combination of milk, ghee, honey and spices. The planting of flags with significant colors associated with the deities is used to symbolize the offerings. In addition, this particular puja not only celebrates happiness with light, but with song, chanting, tasting of food, ringing of bells, and the blowing of the conch shells as blessings are bestowed among family members. Diyas are lit to drive away the shadows of evil spirits, and self-enlightenment is expressed. It is believed that this day Lakshmi visits each home and showers her blessings. Once the ceremonial worship is finished in the evening, sweets are offered to the goddess as Naivedya and distributed as prasad. Feasts are arranged and gifts are exchanged on this day. The image of Goddess Lakshmi is generally portrayed as a beautiful lady with golden complexion, dressed in red color attire and adorned with precious jewels. Lakshmi has 4 hands representing the 4 ends of human life: karma, desires; arth, wealth; and moksha, liberation from the circle of birth and death. She holds a lotus bud in 2 hands, which stands for beauty, purity, spirituality, and fertility. She sits on a fully blossomed lotus, a seat of divine truth. Cascades of gold coins are seen flowing from her hands, illustrating that she blesses people with wealth. The constant effort of 2 elephants is often shown standing next to the goddess and spraying water. Lakshmi Chalisa is a 40-verse prayer dedicated to Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity. Sri Lakshmi Chalisa is believed to have been composed by Sundaradasa. Verses are usually dedicated to praise the goddess. The acts and deeds of Goddess Lakshmi are recalled in these verses to aid the devotee to meditate on virtues and noble qualities. the 5 days of Diwali. In most parts of India, Diwali is celebrated for 5 days, with each day having its own significance. This is the day that Lord Dhanvantari came out of the ocean with Ayurvedic medicine which promotes healthy long life for mankind. This is the beginning of the Diwali celebrations. On this auspicious day, it is a custom for women to buy some gold or silver, and those who cannot afford to buy them try to buy 1 or 2 new utensils. In the evenings, Lakshmi Puja is performed and small diyas made of clay are lit to expel the shadows of evil spirits. Day 2. On this day, Hindus acknowledge the slaying of the demon King Narakasura by Lord Krishna and his consort Satyabhama. On this day, Hindus also pay homage to Lord Yamraj, the god of death. Following the early morning bath at dawn, liberations are offered thrice to him in the evening. A small diya, also known as Jam Diya, is lit and placed outside the entrance of homes facing south where they worship him. This is to prevent premature death. Additionally, the single diya is a reminder of the lamp lit by Bharat to welcome home his brother, Lord Ram, after 14 years of exile. Consequently, this day is also called Little Diwali or Choti Diwali. Day 3. On the 3rd day of Diwali is the highlight of the Diwali festival, when there is widespread celebrations and most significant day for Mother Lakshmi Puja. This day is completely dedicated to the worship of Lakshmi Mata. In the evening, Lakshmi Puja is performed to welcome Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity. Devotees break their fast following the puja, then light the first diyas. On this day, people ask each other's forgiveness for wrongs committed knowingly and unknowingly. Relationships are reinforced and gifts and sweets are exchanged. On the 4th day of Diwali, the Govardhan Puja is performed to remember Lord Krishna's salvation of the people of Vrindavan. As the story goes, in this village many years ago, the people prayed to the god Indra. They believed that Indra sent the rains which made their crops grow. Lord Krishna came along and persuaded the people to worship the mountain Govardhan because the mountain and the land around it were fertile. This did not please Indra, and one night, as the villagers slept, Indra sought revenge. He sent thunder and torrential rain down on the village. Krishna saved the villagers by lifting the top of the mountain with his fingers. Underneath it, the people gathered until the storm passed away. This day is also observed as Anakut, meaning mountain of food. In temples, the deities are given milk baths and dressed in shiny attires with dazzling ornaments. After the prayers and traditional worship, innumerable varieties of sweets are offered to the deities, and then devotees can partake of prasad. And on the 5th day, as the legend goes, Yamraj, the god of death, visited his sister Yami on this particular day. She put the auspicious tilak on his forehead, garlanded him, and led him with special dishes, and both of them together ate the sweets, talked, and enjoyed themselves to their heart's content. While partaking, Yamraj gave his sister a special gift as a token of his love, and in return, Yami also gave him a lovely gift which she had made with her own hands. That day, Yamraj announced that anyone who receives tilak from his sister will never be thrown. That is why this day of Bhaya-Dooj is also known by the name of Yamadvitya. Since then, this day is being observed as a symbol of love between brothers and sisters. It became also imperative for the brother to go to his sister's house to celebrate Bhaya-Dooj.
These days, wearing saris are quite common in Trinidad and Tobago. But some of you take the easy way out by wearing sari skirts. That's all well and fine, but I'm sure you'd like to know just how easy it is to tie. Well, our next feature should clear that up for you. Let's take a look. The wrapping or draping of a sari. The draping of a sari is quite simple. It looks difficult, but it really isn't. This is what you do. Make one wrap of the sari cloth and tuck it in the sari slip on your right side, making very sure not to pull the sari. Let it fall naturally, after which you make another wrap. Then take the length that you will need for the pallu, measuring it over your shoulders. When you are pleased with your length, you pleat your pallu. Straighten out your pleats. Place it over the left shoulder, then pin it safely in place. After this is done, pleat the remaining piece of the sari on the waist as you start the pleating on the right side of your navel, so the front end of the pleats will fall in the middle under the navel. Neatly and safely tuck it in, then straighten out your pleats. And there you have it, simply draping the sari. Kajal. In Trinidad, another long-standing tradition is the making of kajal on Diwali night. Kajal is a type of eyeliner used by women. Traditionally, this is used as a coolant, and some may say that it even protects their vision. Mothers would usually use the kajal to put a dot on their child's forehead between the eyebrows or on the left side of their foreheads. It is said that this will protect them from buri nazar or bad glance. Preparing kajal involves placing of a wick in a diya filled with pure ghee. Use a brass spoon and place it over the flame while leaving a little space to allow the oxygen to aid the flame. This is left overnight, and the next morning add 1 or 2 drops of ghee to the soot in the spoon to make a soft, thick paste. Then you store it in a clean and dry container. The art of bamboo bending. This art of bamboo bending in Trinidad and Tobago is quite extraordinary, especially for the Diwali festivals. Being the festival of lights, bamboo bending added a different and interesting dimension to lights. During the festive period of Diwali, this art form is displayed all over the country. There are even bamboo bending competitions. Friends, family, and by extension the community come together to make their masterpiece.
Diwali or Deepavali is the festival of lights and sweetness. It is basically a symbol of victory, of good over evil, brightness over darkness, and truth over falsity. Each and every legend associated with this fabulous festival gives the same message. The diyas not only make Diwali the festival of lights, but they also symbolize the supremacy and consequence of brightness over darkness. The same message is given to us by the Hindu Upanishads by saying, Asatoma Satgamaya. The lighted diyas on Diwali also remind us of the same teaching of the Upanishads. Our next feature explains this further.
On Diwali night, diyas are lit in Hindu homes, but nowadays, colored electric lamps are also used. What is the significance of lighting a diya? There is a logical answer to this question. It is through light that the beauty of the world is revealed or experienced. Most civilizations of the world recognize the importance of light as a gift from God. It has always been a symbol of whatever is positive in our world of experience. A diya can be defined as a small earthing lamp that is specially lit on Diwali for puja and decoration purposes. A cotton wick is used in diyas, and oil or ghee serves the burning fuel. Diyas are plain and colored, big and small, even simple and fancy. Different types of diyas are appreciated for different applications. Children can also make their own diyas as a fun activity on Diwali. This could be done by using clay or dough. However, old may be the tradition of diyas on Diwali, it has never lost its significance and charm. Diwali celebrations are incomplete and graceless without the use of Diwali diyas. This is no doubt. Diyas were, are, and will always remain a significant part of the Diwali celebrations.
I hope that on the topic of Diwali, we were able to enlighten you. And remember, knowledge over ignorance. So share your knowledge and continue to spread the positivity in the world. I would like to thank you for spending time with us. And I'd also like to say special thank you to all our sponsors. On behalf of my technical team and the management and staff of CNC3 covering your world, I am Diana Gopaul wishing you and yours a Shubh Diwali. Namaste.